Hey, we are live with the one and only Ramy El-Batrawi. Ramy, dude, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's been a hell of a busy year, but but it's been a great. It's been great, and yeah, I just got back from Ghana a couple days ago, and uh, what was really cool. I was doing another podcast the other day. I was looking at my Facebook posts, and I looked down back in June 8th, and it was and I love that this is about 5 year anniversary of Adnan's death, and I put in there a whole thing about Adnan, how it taught me everything. But I said, from I decided at that moment that before the end of the year, I'm going to start doing business, country abroad, and do what Adnan did. And it's so cool that I predicted, I said, and now I'm doing it. So having these 3 trips in Guyana and about to close some major deals, it's kind of very satisfying. Cool. That's I love that, and I do it so automatic now. I don't realize I did that until I had to look back on it. So I always put
It's
my intentions
crazy.
out and then take action and make it happen. So it's like one of the things. Hopefully, I get to get people to do and make it second nature for everybody, just like it is for me.
Well, I introduced you on stage at Craig Duswalt's event there in
Mm.
LA. What was that? That's a couple months ago now.
Yeah.
Jeez. Um, one I met you because I saw you on somebody else's show, and I
Right.
was like, "Holy crap, I've got to have this guy on my show."
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I remember I'm like, I just reached out to you on LinkedIn. And I thought, well, I'm never going to hear from him. He's a billionaire. He's not going to respond. And you responded like I think it was like 5 or 10 minutes later. I was like, what the heck? And it was incredible, man. Like but you're that's the kind of person you are. You first off, you're a giver big time. Second, you don't consider yourself above anybody. Like you
No,
just
I don't. And also, your message was genuine. It wasn't like you're really a genuine guy. When I read your message, I could tell you were a good guy, and I wanted to be on your show. And and getting to know you, I found out that's true too.
thank
So,
you.
but
Yeah.
it is. But you're really good at this, and you make everybody feel like they're important. I get a little jealous when you're interviewing somebody else, because you make them
Oh,
feel
gee.
like they're even more important than I am. But then I said, "Oh, that's just kid. I won't get so jealous." But
Oh my god.
but you have a skill, which is great.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Hey, you know what though? I kind of feel like I'm sitting in your backyard right now.
yeah, you are. That's definitely that
Like
was funny when you brought it on. You took a
just so
picture of
everybody knows, this
my
is
backyard.
literally a picture of Ramey's backyard. If I could figure out how to move my chair, that's a picture of his backyard. Oh, I have stuff falling back here.
Yeah,
That I took when I was at your house,
yeah. It's
and you're literally sitting in your backyard right
yeah,
now.
so we're just like right across each other, talking to each other right now. That's
That is
funny.
so awesome, man. So
Mhm.
so Ramey sent me a text earlier, everybody. Do me a favor, couple things. He's gonna give you something for free that's gonna blow your flipping mind. So get ready for that. But do me a favor. There's no catch, but if you would share this out, that would be in alignment with Ramey's book, like learn how to give and help others. So
Mm.
Ramey wrote a book called Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? And it's if I memory serves me correctly, the keys to living an extraordinary life. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I have that memorized. So the book is based on Ramey's life story and how he took the book Think and Grow Rich, read it like 3 million times, has applied those principles throughout his entire life, and became a multimillionaire by the time he was 23. Gave it all up to go basically pursue a friendship and business relationship with the wealthiest man in the world, and and then became a billionaire, then lost it all, now back to more than you've ever had in your life. And I've been in his home, as well as a lot of people who are watching have been to your house. um you're you're legit, man, and you're just
Oh,
so you're so humble about it. I remember when I said, hey, I need to borrow your convertible Bentley. And you're like, go, the keys are in it. Go ahead. I was like,
Yeah. I've learned a lot. Everybody, no matter, I mean, I see the same frailties in the king of Saudi Arabia as a valet guy, or the
yeah,
same strength. Though I treat the valet guy the same as any head of state or anything. It's just people are people. They are if they're good or they're not. It doesn't matter what their status is in life.
yeah,
And so it's really it's good to treat people well, and you know what, people appreciate being treated well. Like even if I go to a valet and everything, and even I think, well, people will always remember, and they'll always park my car better, or stuff a valet, or they'll remember you at a restaurant, and give you that because it's just the way you treat them.
yep,
They care more about that than the money itself. So
yep,
it's really so it's good to do that. And the reason why I've been building a great relationship in Guyana, and then people see on the Facebook how close I'm to the president and every minister and the head of the bank. It's just because my attitude and the way I treat them, even though they're heads of state and stuff, but they feel like there's just came out of a fourth world nation, and nobody treated them well because they were the poorest country in the in that area. Now the richest
yeah,
the richest country, but they still had that poor mentality. So for me to treat them that way, but not sucking up like everybody else, but treat them with true respect,
yeah,
and still treat them like an equal. Not they're not above me or below me, but in a way. And you'll see that all the pictures of the president and myself, we're just very close, and we connect and we talk. He's an action oriented guy. I am too. So we
yeah.
get along. So it's just you shouldn't be intimidated, but you shouldn't look down on anybody either. So
There are some, there are, as you, you and I were kind of chatting
yeah.
about somebody before we went live. We won't mention their name.
Yeah.
But there are some egomaniacs in this world.
Yeah. And you can see right through it. I don't know why other people they can't see it. I guess, but and that's one of the reasons why we're on the show, because even through that experience and doing this thing, when I came back from Guyana, I flew all the way back from Guyana nonstop. I woke up, like, if you do the time change, 1 o'clock in the morning because it's a 4 hour difference. And, it took my 9 hour flight, and I landed in Van Nuys, and I had to drive 2 more hours to Anaheim to get to there. So it was like a nonstop, and then appear on the show. But the thing was, he had a really good audience, 1,500 people, but a lot of people did come there. I was a feature speaker,
Yeah.
was Phil Jackson or something. I think you liked that picture.
Yeah,
And
I did. I loved it.
yeah, but the good thing was, a lot of people came when they were taking pictures. It was like 1,500 people was taking pictures all the time. They came to me and said how much the book changed their lives, and how much I inspire them, and even the talks and stuff, which made me think, I never wrote this book about giving making money. I mean, all the money I ever make, I give a lot more than that to the foundation. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yep.
so so, but at the beginning, I always thought that. Also, people say, if you give it for free, people don't appreciate it either. So you have to charge something so they feel that there's value.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, you know what? It's Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up. That I just want to do something that maybe everybody can appreciate, and also give to their friends and loved ones, and change their lives forever. A gift that will always be giving, and
Yeah.
and, and they'll change your lives. So that's why when I texted you, and this is why
Don't say it.
I won't say it. Just
Don't say it yet.
okay.
Don't say it yet. Listen, I'm telling a billionaire what to do. But
No.
here's the thing. I think that first, I'm going to beg and plead people, please share this out, because what we're getting ready to announce is absolutely unreal. What Ramy is offering and doing, it's freaking unbelievable. And it's free what he's doing. So, Ramy sent me a text message, and
And I see Debbie's on too. I just did her show, so I sent her the same message. So when she has her show, which I'm going to be on Thanksgiving, she's going to air it. So I want her to give out the same offer.
well, so here's what Ramy is doing. He's written this book. It's a global bestseller. Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? It's literally it's taking the principles of Think and Grow Rich, and he literally shows you step by step how to apply these principles to your own life, your own business, and create whatever you want to create. Some people, there are people who say, I don't want to be rich. I don't get that, but there are people that say that. I don't think you can really make a strong impact in the world if you don't have a lot of money. The more money you have, the more people you can help. But anyway, Ramy is giving this book away for free. For free. And I'm not kidding. If you go, I'm going to pop this banner up at the bottom. Can you really think and grow rich? And I'm going to let's see if I can do this. Look at that. There's the book. Ramy, talk about it. First, talk about why you decided to do this book in the first place. Second, why are you making this free? It's free. And you told me as many copies as they want.
Yeah. No. Again, because I read Think and Grow Rich, and it changed my life, and I made the fortune I'm making, and I'm continuing growing. I wrote a book that I took all those principles, and then another 28 principles I learned on my own that Napoleon Hill endorses, because he thinks I took it to the next level. And I just want, and I've seen people read this book and come to me and tell me how much it changed their lives. And I just thought this is like Christmas, and in the Christmas spirit, to just go ahead and do something. I mean, I can't reach out to everybody, but you guys can, and at least the minimum I can do, at least give them the book. And we didn't want to put a price and stuff, because people, I'll never make any money on that book, because it's not there. I give everything to the foundation and stuff, but I just wanted people to buy the book, so people feel they have value if they pay for it. But
just so everybody knows, Ramy, sorry to interrupt you, but so everybody knows, when you say the foundation, they may not understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Craig Duswalt is on here. What's happening, Craig?
Yeah.
So there's Jose. You remember Jose, don't you?
Yeah, love Jose.
Yeah, he's
He gets
awesome.
in all the pictures.
Yeah,
Even with Willie.
He's a real short. Yeah, he's a really short Mexican dude. but the foundation. Tell everybody what the foundation is.
Okay, so the foundation is actually the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So when Napoleon Hill died, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, he started a foundation, and then Don Green is CEO of the foundation. And because of what they do is all the money they raise, they help kids and other people go to colleges and educate them and inspire them. So, that's why I support the foundation. And I know Don Green personally. I've been there. He has a very little office in the University of Virginia, and he does not spend on anything. He doesn't care about the money. He literally puts every dime to work to help other people. So unlike other charities, I trust him, and I trust the foundation. I trust the message that it does. So all the money I do from this book, and additional money, like when I had the house, we had auctions and stuff, and people went to see them, and I love watching him raise money. I help him raise money. If it's short, I always help him. The foundation is a really good foundation, and I don't know. There's not a better man than Don Green around. I think he is by heart, but the such a gold heart, and he is true to his word, and he loves people, and he loves to help, and he doesn't have to do it. He's in his 80s, but he does it because he enjoys it, and he just gives a lot. So I like giving to him. So that's why
it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. And I was there. I witnessed it. I saw it firsthand. Don Green was there staying at your house.
Yeah.
Dr. John Gray, the Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, who's a business partner of yours and has been for many years. He was there, and so many other amazing people that were there. And you do it's almost that, like, that's what you're living for, is to help raise money for the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So everybody watching, just so you know, if you go over right now, you can get as many copies as you want. Ramy said it. They're all free. The only thing you're paying for is the shipping of them. And you get the book for free. You pay for the shipping. And I am telling you right now, it is a game changing book. It is a life changer. And I love the back of the book, where you talk about all of the alibis. Talk about, Ramy, if you would, just from a billionaire
Mhm.
perspective, like what you do you ever have the voice of doubt enter your mind, like telling you that you can't do it, you're not good enough, or whatever?
Yeah, at the beginning, not anymore. By the way, I just saw two book sales, so two people got the book, took advantage. I'm glad they did.
Oh, they
Uh,
popped in on your
uh,
phone?
yeah, pops in, and somebody just mentioned he just got one.
Yeah.
So it is, and these people can attest it's free, so it doesn't cost me anything. But but yeah,
It was Nick Ogilvy got it.
uh, so so yeah, it's yeah, I want them to buy it not only for themselves, get 5, 10 copies, give it away as Christmas stuffers to their friends. To the that's why I want to before I'll order another publication, but there's about 10,000, 15,000 there at the warehouse. So I like to see it blow it all out before Christmas, and to see it in 10,000 people's hands and it changes people's life would be amazing. Uh, but uh,
W-
but
So
yeah,
so so
back to
real
your
quick, let me address this. Charla, if it won't let you share, you're probably watching from one of the private Facebook groups that I shared this to. So
Mhm.
go over to my personal page and share it from there. You can share it from my personal page if you don't mind doing that. So Shelly Turner is here. Shanta, what an amazing offer. Shanta, not just the offer, this book is a game changer. I am not kidding you. It will change your life. It's crazy good. And
Yeah,
Craig Duswald, who you know, he's my business partner here.
yeah,
I only read 3 books this year, been very busy, but one of them was Ramey's book. Amazing book.
yeah.
Yes. So
Thanks.
go get
I love the
multiple copies, give them away.
yeah. Yeah, but I just want it in the hands of people because when did this talk and I've been getting so many messages on LinkedIn and Facebook about how it does affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cleona, which you met and stuff, it changed her life 3 different ways, and I mean the guy who climbed Kilimanjaro was my book because he did that. So it's really I just love to see people have a better life. I mean, it's like I just got another thing, so somebody just got another book. It's just like
Craig is
yeah,
asking, can I really get a bunch of books to give to my mastermind? And the answer
absolutely.
is
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
Get
and
as
I
many
want
as you want, dude.
yeah, and I just want it in people's hands so they can get the benefit of it.
Let's make him
That's
go bankrupt. Come on, let's.
yeah, exactly. It does cost like $7, $8 to print a copy, but that's my gift. So,
That's incredible, man. It
yeah.
does. It costs money for you to print these books.
Yeah, but it's good. So that's why I didn't want to give away the Audible or the online thing that you can get. I want somebody to have a hard copy because those pictures mean a lot and stuff like that. So I want them to be able to gift wrap it, hand it to somebody, and said, "Read this and change your life, forever." So, yeah, gift that keeps on giving, right?
It really
So
is.
yeah,
It truly is. So
yeah,
back to the doubt entering your mind. So you don't
yeah.
have that.
No, because I've now experienced so much in life and stuff. After you've overcome challenges over challenges and stuff. There's not a thing I don't think of that I doubt. I am so 100% sure that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to because I've done it over and over again. So I don't sit there and say, "Oh, can I? Can I not?" No, I just know right away I can. So that's how hopefully this book transfers people. They think that that's what I want people to think, to change their way of thinking because you have a lifetime. Luckily, I got Think and Grow Rich when I was 12, so I was able to read it 20 times and build that belief when I was really young. And when you're young, you're impressionable, and no matter what happens, that's your early thoughts, and that became my Bible, and it got me to thinking that way. And then experiences and one little success led me to another success, and I said, "Oh, these principles really work and stuff." So I was able to influence myself to where now everybody's opinion didn't matter. I don't care all the naysayers and possible, but unfortunately, a lot of people is getting it later in life has already been affected by all the negative things that in social media and their neighbors and failures and people and friends that says it's impossible. So even if they go to one of the talks, they get motivated for that day. but then they go back to the real world, and all of a sudden they get bombarded again by all this negative stuff, that they go back to doubting themselves and feeling that they can't do it. So that's why, maybe just like me, when I was reading Think and Grow Rich, if they take my book and actually treat it like a Bible and read it every day, they feel a little doubt, reread it and get motivated again until it becomes second nature, that you can do it, and just shoot for little goals first. Once you see you can achieve that little goal, then you go for a bigger goal, and then you say, oh wow, it does work. This principle works. This persistence work. Burning desires work. Never giving up works. All these, all these keys work, and then after that, it'll build, to where it becomes second nature, like I am. So it might take a little bit, and I don't, like I said in my other talk, making a fortune, making money, doing anything, does it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It took years, like when I went to Khashoggi and stuff like that. People think it can happen overnight, and that doesn't happen. And for you to have that persistence and strengths and everything else that you have to be able to do exactly that. Train your mind to always think, because what you think of most of the time, you'll become. And if you
Yep.
start thinking most of the time with these principles, there's nothing in the world you can't achieve. Period. There's just no if, no buts. And I know somebody asked me what on stage. I think it was another topic. Says, well, what's the difference between somebody successful and somebody that's not? And it came up right away. And I thought about it. I said, it's just a decision. It's making a decision. You'll be successful. That's it. If you don't make that decision, you want to be successful, you'll never be successful. If you make a decision to be a victim, you'll be a victim. That's it. So make that decision. You're going to be successful, and then all of a sudden the path will be open to you. And then think like a successful person. So it's
Yep.
I'm glad Greg
That's
just
awesome.
got 100 books. Hopefully he gives it all away. Don't hoard them,
Yeah.
give them away.
He just said, I'll ship them to members of my mastermind. That's
That's great.
Craig.
This is why I
That's
did this. I want all those books, and I want it in the hands of people that can really help them. And a mastermind group is amazing to have these books for, because then you all can share. And it's true, when you have more than one person in a second mind, it creates a third mind. So if you're together talking about it, sharing ideas, you'll come up with great stuff in the future. So I love mastermind groups. So I always have a team of people I talk, and I come up with even greater ideas. So it's an important thing
I
to.
I I kind of feel like I'm in your mastermind.
You are, we bounce off ideas. Like I was thinking
We
stuff like
do.
the idea of a talk that I want to give, that I
Yeah.
really want to do, like February or March and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's
It's incredible.
yeah,
So Olga has a question. When you rose
yeah.
up, and I already know the answer to this, but
Mhm.
when you rose up, did you have people around you who supported you, or were close by, or were you by yourself saying, I can do it, and you did it?
Most of the time I was by myself. Most people were naysayers or doubters. It's only after I succeeded they kind of jump on board. So so that's why you have to believe in yourself a lot more than anybody believes, because everybody will tell you that you won't make it. I mean, because they can't make it, they'll tell you you can't make it, and they're
Yep.
jealous, and they don't want you to make it. They just or people just been conditioned that it's impossible. It's only for the less than 1%ers. So but it's for everybody. So
Yeah.
I like that I did it myself, and I'm just on my own. Because I have total confidence. Like I could sit alone, for days and days, because I could sit there, because I like the way I think in myself, so I don't have to talk to anybody. And I know that I have the confidence to always make it if I ever go broke again and stuff, unlike other people. So I know my way of thinking. I don't need to be influenced by anybody else or encouraged by anybody else. I encourage myself. So, and it's good to get that way, for anybody to get that way, to have them, because you won't disappoint yourself if you really have confidence in yourself. But other people will disappoint you and will tell you that it's not gonna, you can't make it and stuff. It's just a way of the world, which is okay, and I understand it, and it just is, and I don't
Yeah.
even get bothered by people saying this. It's kind of more encouraging than anything when somebody tells me I can't do it and I do it. So it's kind of success is best revenge. It's kind of fun.
You're one of those people, you're like, "Oh, you think I can't do it? Here, hold my beer. Watch this."
Yeah. I don't
Like,
even tell them that. I just do it, and then they get to see it later and say, "Oh shit, he did do
he
it."
did it. He did
Yeah.
it. Because you talk about in the book, and you talk about it in
Mhm,
life in your
mhm,
talks, like that there were people that you went to and said when you were homeless and
Right.
you said, "Hey, I need just $100. Can you help me?" And these were people that you had helped a
Yeah.
lot financially when you were wealthy, and then you were homeless again, and you went to those same people that you had helped previously, and they told you you weren't even worth $100 to them.
Yeah, that was one guy who came up and saw me on the street, and he said, "I'm gonna come give you $100." I didn't ask for 100. Just I'm gonna give you. And he came and talked to me and said, "You know what? You're not even worth $100." And then all the friends and even my first ex-wife, which was I helped for 20 years and built her business and made $1 million a year. Uh, when I needed a little help, maybe $5,000 or something like that, never returned my call after 20 years. So it was, but again, I didn't get upset about it. I said, "Okay, that's the way it is. I get it. I get the picture. You are basically on your own." So,
Wow.
but it gives you strength and all that. So, and I'm not bitter about it. I just look at things that just life is,
Yeah.
and I'm still generous to people and stuff because it's almost like that movie. Did you ever see Les Miserables?
What is it?
Les Miserables, the play
No.
and all that, the movie.
No,
Uh,
I haven't.
Les Mis, you never saw Les Mis?
Now, James Barber asked me the same thing. Remember James, the Phantom of the
Yeah,
Opera? He asked me the same thing, the same exact question the other day. I'm
yeah.
like, no.
Well, there's a version you should see, and it's a really important. It's a one with Liam Neeson because it's not a musical. I get a little bored with musical, but it's a really good movie. And the guy's main character, his name is Jean Valjean, and he was unjustly put in prison for 20 years for stealing a loaf of bread, and he became a criminal and stuff. And then he was left out of the prison and stuff, and then he went to this preacher's house because he was sleeping and walking to go back to report a thing, and then in this preacher's house he ended up like robbing the guy, and when he left and everything, they caught him. They brought him back, and the police told him, "Do you want to charge him and stuff?" He says, "Oh, I'm so glad you brought him." He says, "Why don't you take the candlesticks too and stuff like that?" So he let him off the hook. He gave him more and forgave him and said, "Now I've bought your soul." And from that point on, he changed and he helped everybody. He helped everybody. He helped this city, and he became such a good man. He couldn't be angry at anybody. So I look at it that way, forgiveness and then giving back and showing that no matter what your actions are, still love you. There's still you're a human being. It does change people, and that's
Yeah.
why that movie. I love that beginning of the movie, and then the movie takes you through a journey how this one guy chased him and chased him and chased him, and no matter how much this guy wanted to put him in jail and stuff, he would not hurt that guy when he had an opportunity to get away. He would just let him go every single time. And at the end, it was a really interesting twist at the end. That's why you will love it. Because at the end, this guy is so baffled. He was so hardcore with the law and wanted to put him in jail. But when he realized how good this guy was, he didn't know what to do. That this man is this good, and how can he arrest this guy or put him to jail again? That he ended up just killing himself because he couldn't do that to this guy. So it
Wow.
was really an interesting movie, and without the musical, you get it better. That's why if you see the Liam Neeson version, you'll love the story, you'll love how it goes, you'll love the journey, you love the pain, you love this guy, and you love
Wow.
what a human being can do.
Well,
And
now I've got to watch it.
yeah.
Between you and James, I'm feeling a lot of pressure here, Ramy.
Yeah, no pressure, but it's just a good movie. Just
I know. I know.
just the way I love Forrest Gump. The reason why I love Forrest Gump is because he was dumb enough not to think anything is impossible. You
you,
know,
you, you know,
he said, join the football team, sure, and he becomes a great army, sure. Be shrimp boat captain, sure, I could do that.
Mama
it was
always.
never no ping pong, sure, I could do that. So if you're Forrest Gump in life, you'll become one of the richest people because nothing is impossible. So you have
That
to be dumb
right?
enough to believe that nothing is impossible. So that's why that movie had a lot of meaning. If you look at it that way, that is just if you change your way of thinking and don't let the world affect the way you're thinking, he ignored the way that people thought about him or what was over there. He ran across the country 4 times because he just thought he could.
But
Love that
think
movie.
about that. That's do you and I'm going to make a really bold statement. And I agree. And Craig says, "Perfect. I'm dumb enough too." I said, people. I was on a podcast a couple weeks ago, and and the guy one and how did you become this guy that has these billionaires phone numbers and you talk with and they these friendships, and I'm like, I just was dumb enough to try. Like I was
Yeah,
just dumb
exactly.
enough to I didn't
Yeah,
know any better. Like, why
yeah,
wouldn't Ramy want to be friends with me? I'm a nice guy. Like,
exactly. It's
right? Like
amazing. You just have to make a decision, go out there, then do it. I mean, what's the
that's
worst thing I'm going to do? Just not answer you? If I didn't answer you, you didn't lose anything. Just like you never put it out there. But if I answered you, you got it. So it's just like it's the same as everything else.
yes.
Exactly. Run,
Yes.
Forrest, run. I love that.
I think that but let me make this statement. So, would you agree or disagree? I think you agree that most people are held back from success because of their fear of what other people are going to say or think.
It's that's one of the things Think and Grow Rich thing. The number one fear is fear of criticism.
Yeah.
And it's you gotta get rid of that fear. It doesn't matter what your family thinks, people think, your friend thinks, just it just doesn't matter because they're not there themselves. So it's just like
Yeah.
opinions mean nothing. I mean, like I heard that one saying, opinions are like a-holes, they all stink. Uh,
And I don't want to hear
that.
yours.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I never, other than some of the mentors I had, I haven't had an opinion that really counted very much that I took.
I you
Uh,
know, I think, and for anybody just joining, by the way, Ramy has a gift for you. If you didn't hear this already, he's giving you his book for free, like literally for free. Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? If you go to canyoureallythinkandgrowrich.com, you get the book for free. You only are going to pay whatever it is, 4, 5, 6, I don't even know what it is, a few
yeah,
bucks
shipping
for
costs.
shipping, and you get the book for free. And I'm telling you, this book is a game changer. It will change your life. It's Ramy talking about, showing you how he had took the principles from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, and he applied them to his own life, became a multi-millionaire, many times, 50 some million by 23. And by 33, he was a billionaire and lost it all by 40. And now he's back to having more than he's ever had. And it's not just about the money for this guy. Just so you guys know, let me explain something to you. Ramy has called me multiple times, asked me to come out to his house in LA. I happen to be able to get out there for the Napoleon Hill Foundation um, um, charity thing that you did out there to raise money for the foundation. And I was joking with him. I said, "Hey, I need to borrow your convertible Bentley out in the garage to run down to my hotel." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead. The keys are in it." And I laughed, and he goes, "I'm serious. Like, you can take it. It's fine." I'm like, "I'm not, I'm not taking your Bentley. No." So, but that's just who you are. You're
Yeah.
not attached to stuff. Like, you're just not attached to things at all. You're like, whatever. It's replaceable.
It's a good way to be because when you get attached, that's where the fear comes in. Fear of
Yeah.
loss, greater than hope of gain. So you got to learn to detach yourself from everything, so you're not afraid to risk it all and give it up. It just makes you not want to give up your secure little job or give up the things that just keep you alive. You got to go beyond that. I mean, what is the purpose of life if you're just going to live and then die and then never done anything out of life? I mean, I don't even know what the purpose of life really is, but I know is not to do it, is not to sit around and do something, nothing. I mean, it just watch television. And I said this in a talk before, and it's really true. When and I think I mentioned it to you this one time,
Yeah.
from the day you're born, if you live to the average of 77, you only have 24,000 days to live. And right now, at my age of 61, I only have 3 to 4,000 days to live if I live at the average of 77. So why am I going to waste a single day watching television, be angry at somebody, be jealous, or be anything? That's such a waste of time of the little precious time you have left on earth. So you got to do something with your time. I mean, because at the end, if you're gonna die and people gonna forget about it. I mean, at least enjoy it. I mean, if I mean, I'll never figure out. Maybe one day we'll figure out what is a purpose. But I know the purpose is not to be a failure, to be a victim, to be unhappy, to
Right.
just sit around and waste. And you're counting your days away. And that's at 70. And a lot of people die earlier than that, so you might not even have those days. So the average of 7, it's Ken, I don't know, you're not, I don't know, how old are you right now?
I'm 32. I'm
Yeah, okay.
kidding.
Well,
I'm
whatever it is,
54.
54. Okay, so you got about 5,000 days left. So just think about it. It's
Jeez.
fucking nothing. And some people said by summers, like, I only have 10 summers left to enjoy life. And so numbers
Ah,
are so small. So when you have the quality of life now and you have the strength and the motivation, you should take it right now, and do something with it. So at least you feel like there's something accomplished. You're giving something. You're doing something with your life. Because at the end, it is true. You will never regret the things you've done, but you'll regret everything you haven't done. And so
mm.
you might as well do everything, take the risk, do whatever it takes, because you won't regret it. No matter how good, bad it turns out, at least you did it and you gave it a shot.
That's what gets me. People that complain about their jobs,
Mm,
or they're stuck in a job. You're not stuck.
yeah,
You're not stuck.
they're
I
stuck
just
because they
moved my
decided to be
family.
stuck.
Huh?
They're stuck because they decided to be stuck. They're not in jail. They're not anything. They could quit tomorrow if they wanted. I've done it many
Yeah.
times over and try something else. Yeah, so you suffer a little bit. You might lose some stuff. Big deal. But at least you tried. And then but if you use those principles and you do what you're supposed to do, you have a good chance of following your dream, achieving the things you want. But if you sit there and wish and want and say, or put a goal without putting any desires behind it, without any action, it's only a dream. It's only a wish that you're going to have for the rest of your life, and then you're going to die with it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth even living. I mean, and when you think of the scope of the world and life and how long, I mean, the universe has been here for billions and billions. The world was 5 billion years old. Dinosaurs were here for lived 176 million years. We've been in the
Yeah.
world for 100,000 years only on Earth, and we only lived to 77. I mean, let's say 80. When you look at the billions of years, we're a fragment of time that means absolutely nothing. So why are you going to worry about the risk that you take? Or even if you die at 50 or you die at 70, there's no difference when you look at the real scope of what the world or life is or time is. So you've got to do something. I mean, you're part of the universe, your energy, your stuff, and the universe is willing to pay you any dividends that you want. I mean, I put that little poem that I got from Think and Grow Rich in my book, where the guy just went through his whole life just begging and working for menial hire. When at the end of life, he realized whatever price or whatever wage he asked out of life, he would have got paid. And so it's really just asking for it, and then
Yep.
really going there and ask for it and doing it, and you'll get it. It's just I've proven it, and that's why I wrote the book. I proved it. I mean, only 6 years ago, I was homeless with $21, and I was able to rebuild everything and more. And now I have the best jet in the world. I'm doing deals with heads of states, and I live an amazing fucking life. And it's just because I made a decision to do it and not sit there and say, oh, well, my government was after me and I lost everything. Well, I guess that's it. I'll just live on money the government will give me and just give up on life. I could have easily done that. A lot of people do, but I decide no. I'm taking charge of my life. I am. I control what I do in my life, not the rest of the world. I'm not waiting to get lucky or an opportunity. I make my own luck. People got to make their own luck. Their luck is not going to come. It's just something that you have to make. There's luck. If you just wait for luck, it's just not going to happen. Opportunity is there every day. Make it yourself. Just go after it, and it's amazing what you'll achieve if you do it. And that's why, again, I want to give everybody the book so they get it and they can read it, because I don't want them to just to be inspired after they see the show for a few minutes and then forget it tomorrow. I want them to have the book, read it, and read it every fucking night. Read it every day. When you have a doubt, read it. Yeah, and your fall to the chapter. You can read it from anywhere, and you'll get inspired to go to the next thing, because it is a true life story. I've done it. I'm showing it, and I didn't write it to show off. I wrote it to get people inspired, to show that if a 12-year-old kid that was homeless, that left home, can achieve these things in life, that had no advantages, no schooling, no money, no friend, no connection, and was able to build it on his own, that
Yep.
anybody can. And I'm not special. I'm not different than anybody else. I'm the same mind, same person, same everything as anybody else. I just made a decision to make it happen.
And
And that's what people haven't done.
you weren't even from the US.
No, I was in Canada, hitchhiked to here. So, yeah, it just, but I knew, and that's why Think and Grow Rich was very clear. And I knew that it was like, it was possible. And I knew I could do it if I just decided and believed that I could. And I did. And this is why I want people to be in that same place. And I want people to achieve these things, because I would like to surround myself with successful people. It's a lot more fun than seeing all the people that are a victim. And the more people that are successful and they spread that thing out, even if you grow from just less than 1% to 3, 4, 5% that are successful, that is a huge multiple of 8 billion people. Then you have millions more people that are successful that can help even the world even more, or help themselves and be happier. And then you have a group of friends that enjoys life. I mean, you ever hung around the people who are so depressed and unhappy and all that? You just feel that way. But like, I don't love in fact. But if you're around people that are happy, joyous, and has this joie de vivre, and enjoys life and everything, it uplifts you. So this will help uplift everybody around you and your family. I mean, people see the difference in the happiness and strength. They want to be with you. They want to have that part of that. So that's why you should become that, to attract and magnetize. And then it's amazing, all that. Then all these happy people bring other happy people that will share their wealth with you, and you can convince them to do other things, and you become even wealthier and happier. Just like attracts like, it just keeps on going. It's just a cycle that you want to be in a positive cycle than that negative cycle that just keeps on bearing you to where you have nothing and depressed and a victim all your life. And
what do you say to people that say, well, Ramy, money isn't everything?
Yeah, but it's just because they don't have it. But like the same thing, like when they say money is the root of all evil, just because they don't have it. But once they have it, they'll see what the freedom it buys, the respect it buys. I gotta decide to have your own jet and fly anywhere you want in an hour's notice. It kind of feels like everything. So so I've been broke and I've been rich, and I know I'm a lot happier when I have money. So, so
that's freaking awesome. That's the best
again, it doesn't
answer
have to
ever.
be your goal. That's just what I do, and I know.
Oh, that is so funny.
But
I'm telling you.
but again, that's just an excuse to say, okay, I'll stay poor because it's just an easier way to be, and I could just be happy, and you could be happy being broke. I mean, listen, if you don't know that's a thing. If you're in the middle of Africa in a hut, and you don't have internet or television, you don't know any better, you could be very, very happy because you're happy with the coconuts and the wives and the things that you catch. But once you know what's available in the world, that the problem is we're too well educated. The internet's there. I know that you could have it all. So once you know that, it's hard to be happy not having it. Then you can look at it, I wish I had this instead of having it. It's just so if once you have the knowledge, you're gonna have to have more. Period. If you don't know it and you're living a little nowhere where you don't get internet or television, or you can't see what the world is, and then you can be happy.
I'm befuddled that here we are sitting in your backyard, and I'm right here with you, and it's bright as day out there.
I know
it's getting dark.
I'm gonna move inside so we have some light. So you can
show everybody that view real quick.
Yeah,
here, I'm gonna give you full screen. Show them that view. That, my friends, is the Hollywood Hills with the sun going down over the hill. It is such a, and if you walk out there to his fence and you throw a rock down over the street, you will hit the rooftop of a very, very, very famous actor named, should we tell him?
Yeah, you're Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, the tool guy, the tool man. Anyway, so Ramy is giving his book to you for free, literally for free. You should go get multiple copies of Can You Really Think and Grow Rich? It is a life-changing book. Craig Duswalt so far has the record tonight. He bought 100 books. That's insane. Craig,
Well,
you go on with your bad self, dude.
yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
don't applaud him too much. You got it for free. He just took advantage. He's just smart.
That's
So
awesome.
it's not that hard. But I love Greg.
Craig's awesome. Oh my God.
No, but I do want people to get the book and just give it away to as many people as possible and share the wealth. It's just share the feeling, share the success, and even if you give it 100 and you just change one person's life for the better. And, not everybody's going to get it. No, everybody's going to take action. But if you just share one person that you talk to, it changes them. It just you've done more than most people have.
Yep. So true. So true.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Charlotte said Craig Duswalt is an overachiever. Look, James Barber said he bought his, well, he's had it. He bought it a while ago. I don't know if you just bought or got the free one. All you're paying for is shipping, by the way.
And again, if you already have one, I mean, this is just for you to give away. I mean, that's why I'm doing it till Christmas. This is just for Christmas. You know, I want, because again, I still feel people need to feel it, pay something to feel value, to have something. But this is a gift you give to people, and then really be enthusiastic about it and see how you change people's life. I mean, it's you could either buy a pair of socks or a tie, or you might as well give this book away. I mean,
right. I'm gonna change that to help answer. I'm changing the color down there to answer Vicky's question. Where do we get the book? Can you really think and grow rich.com is where you get the book. And if you go there right now, you can get the book and it is free. All you're paying for is the few dollars in shipping. It's unbelievable. And Patricia says it's not shipping to Canada.
No, it should ship internationally. Again, this is a fulfillment warehouse. I would have gave the shipping for free too, but by the time I got hold of them and tried to figure that out, I would have taken. This is just an idea I had today, and after I did that talk on Saturday, but it should ship to Canada.
Ask Cindy Connector Live says, awesome. Love to share on my podcast. Chat in January 2023. It'll be too late. Share it now, because it ends at Christmas.
Yeah. So, but after January, then they could just buy the book. Still $19 to make yourself a fortune. Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too, is how many people buy books and don't read them. I can't take that red, by the way. I got to change that back. You know, but they'll buy a book and they don't read the book. You know, get this book, give it to friends and read it yourself, and apply these principles in your own life and watch what happens. It's incredible. I've known Ramy. I don't even know how long we've known each other now. Maybe a year.
Yeah, a year and a half. September last year, so a little bit over a year.
Was it? Wow. Jeez.
By quick. That's what I'm saying. Those 3,000 days I have left is going by clicking very fast. Same as yours. And so
it is, man.
And I mean, think about how the last 5-10 years has gone by in your life. The next 5-10 will go the same way. People need to do something with their life right now, not later or tomorrow or procrastinate or whenever. You need to do it right now, or because you're going to say, oh, maybe after the holiday. Fuck it. Work through the holiday to do something that really changes. You've already lived enough holidays, you know. Okay, take Thanksgiving, Christmas Day off, but do something for the other days.
I so agree, man.
Why waste a day? I mean, it's just and you can still have balance, but don't waste a day without doing something that takes you one step closer to your goal. Even if you spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes of that day to take you one step closer, and then do whatever you want to do that day, but increase it every day. But for me, I wake up 2-3 in the morning. I work till 10 at night. And so because I know that I don't have time to waste, and I'm not going to waste any time not doing anything,
and then, if you do these things, apply these principles, you too can have a house with windows so high it requires a crane to clean them. I mean, look behind, look
Yeah.
behind him. Look at those
Yeah.
windows, how high those are. That's insane,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
That's
I like
crazy.
I like this part because it remind me of the White House, so I'm very,
I know.
very
I love that. I love that.
yeah.
That's awesome. All
Mm.
right. So everybody go to canyoureallythinkandgrowrich.com. Pick up multiple copies of the book. Don't just get one. It's free. Get a bunch and give them out to people that you know and like and love. Give it to people that you don't know, like, and love. Give this book, get it in the hands of everybody around you. And there is a principle about giving. And I truly believe that you can't outgive the universe, God, whatever you want to refer to God as. I refer to God as God. But like, you can't outgive the creator of you and everything around you. There is the principle of giving, and when you give, you automatically get back.
Yeah, it's true, and it also will make you feel good. I mean, so it won't cost you anything, but don't buy the book just to hoard it and keep it a whole stack there and so just give it all away. And just give it away. Keep what you need for yourself and give it away, and just touch people. Everybody
Yeah.
knows at least 10 people that they want to give something to Christmas or
Amen.
so so anyway, I
Amen.
hope it reaches people and I hope it excites them and I'm open. But it was really good that people can really follow. Like I put my goals and what I do in life on Facebook and stuff, so people could follow and track and see. I'm still like even that book was written a year ago. Since that year, I achieved almost twice what I was at when that book was finished because
Wow.
my goals of being like a show it all came afterwards. Dealing with the president, closing these billion-dollar transactions I'm going to be closing is all happening after this book. I'm going to have write another book just to be a sequel to this book.
I,
But
and I gotta say to that, to your point, I remember because you and I talk. I mean,
man,
I call you. I try not to bother you too much, but I do call you and
I love when
chat.
that.
Yeah, but we're friends, and I remember you saying, "Oh, I've got a deal. I think I'm going to be working on. I'm going to I'm gonna create a relationship with the country of Guyana, and I'm going to meet the president of Guyana." And I said, "Oh, do you know him?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah,
But I'm going to meet him. And I said, "How?" You're like, "I don't know, but I got this gift made for him that,"
yeah,
and you showed me the gift sitting in your office, a giant thing with Muhammad Ali and boxing gloves, and his name is Muhammad Ali, and you did this whole big thing, and you created that gift before you had the president of Guyana didn't even know who you were, and you
I
had
know.
this gift made.
That is intention. That's why I put it a thing. I
That's
had that
it.
gift, and it was in my office. I looked at it every day, and I said, "I'm going to give it to him, and I'm going to meet him and give it to him." And I made it happen. And then I was able to give that gift to him and build a relationship with him. And it's all because I made the decision to do it. And that's the
Intention.
same thing. Anybody makes
And and you said you said because Ramey had to have both of his engines replaced on his private jet. And it's a big, big, big private jet. I mean, humongous. It has a bedroom, a shower, a kitchen. It's unbelievable. So he's like, I'm gonna go to Guyana and meet the president as soon as my new jet engines are on my jet. And I'm like, and it kept going on for months. And I was like, Ramey, I'm talking to him on the phone one day, and I'm like, hey, Ramey, you do realize that Delta probably
it.
flies into Guyana, right? and he did that.
It
He
actually
laughed at
doesn't.
me.
American does.
Oh, America does. So what was your answer to that though when I said that?
Well, it's just because Adnan told me that plane is a business tool. I'm either going to
Yeah.
go in there on a commercial plane, trying to hit the doors of ministers, get it, or people, and get to see them, or I fly in my jet and make an impression and see the president because he knows I'm there. So
Yeah.
it's really a business tool. I wasn't going to go there the wrong way. I plan it out, think about how I was going to do it, and make sure that he understands I'm at his level or better. That
Yeah.
he was going to do a deal with me. So that's why I had to
Which
wait for that.
and now you're doing it. You're
Yeah,
doing it. Built to
yeah.
the
Now
tune of
it's 3 trips and
billions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the pictures, how close we are on Facebook now and stuff, we talk each other, we laugh at each other. Now I became friends with the ambassador to Guyana over there also, and they love me. They hosted me at her house, and then also the English ambassador. Then at the embassy, and I even got with Marines there. They gave me a shirt. So it's amazing. You can make those connections. You can make those things happen, and everything I thought about, I created. And now I could do anything in that country. And that country is going to be one of the richest countries in the world with $100 billion a year that they can spend, which I will help them spend. And it's all a win-win. I'll build that country and help their infrastructure at the same time, making myself extremely wealthy. And Adnan became the richest man in the world doing exactly what I did. And that's my goal. And that's what I'm going to do. And people are going to watch and see. And that's why people get follow. And that's why I want them to get that book. And or if they don't want to read my story, get Think and Grow Rich. Either one, I don't care. As long as you get those principles and live by those principles, and then it's amazing the things you'll achieve.
Something else that you say, my buddy Doug Wing, the guy you've met, Doug from Little Giant Ladders, his dad had a saying that Doug talks about all the time, and you talk about this principle as well. And that saying that his dad used to say was, if it's not a good deal for everyone sitting at the table, then it's not a good deal.
Right.
And
Everybody
you
has to
say
win.
the same exact thing, don't you?
Yeah, I say if it's a deal that not every single person wins, just walk away because that deal is not going to be a good deal.
Right.
Uh, yeah, so it's
Right.
you got to have a win-win deal, but there's plenty of deals you can make. Like anything I do in the country wins, the people win, the American companies I put together win, the
Yep.
finance company win because of the financing they do. People win because it creates jobs, and I win because and I make money and make all that happen. So I
Yep.
deserve to make that money because of what I do, and people deserve to get what they do, and that country deserve what they get also. So it's really.
Yeah.
It's there's no reason why everybody should win. This should not be a loser. It's not a zero-sum game. Economies grow,
Mhm.
GDPs grow, everything grows. There's not doesn't have to have somebody lose for somebody to win. Everybody can win and really, and
So
it just
true.
becomes a better world.
So
So
true, man. So true. Listen, everybody watching, go get your free gift from Ramy. Go to canyoureallythinkandgrowrich.com. Do it. Don't even think like if you're thinking about getting a free book, then there's probably no help for you. Just forget it.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
It, 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 it just people just don't believe it. There's something. There's a catch or something to it or something.
It's
That's why they don't do it. It's okay.
There's no
Uh,
catch. There's no catch. You've got to go get this book. It's right here. Give a gift that will last a lifetime. We are making it easy for you. Get the paperback for Christmas for free. It's free. All you're going to pay for is the shipping. I don't know how much that is. It depends on where you live, but it's free. Go get the book.
that is people are, and hopefully once they share it, more people get it. I want to run out of this book and have to reorder in January.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. All right. Listen,
Anyway, it was great
everybody.
talking to you. It was great talking to everybody. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and a great holiday for the rest of the year and stuff. And really I mean, if after reading and make your New Year's resolution, I'm going to change my life. Make your life different from the beginning of this year to what is going to end up next year. So when you look back and say, "Oh wow, look at what I did in just 1 year." So
Yeah.
it's really it's worth it's worth changing your life. Just the feeling alone, how you feel, the confidence you'll have, the satisfaction. It's just an incredible feeling to have control of your life and achieve things that you've always wanted to achieve. And that's something that you can't buy. It's definitely something that's worth doing before you die. I mean,
Ramy, this is my buddy Vicky Fitch. She lives in California
I
and
did.
she's freaking awesome. She is also an influencer and somebody you should know, but she wants to come and get a signed copy.
She got it. Just go on Facebook, message me, friend me, message me, and we'll coordinate that.
Ramy, you're like You're one of a kind. I will say this, like, you've talked about how you go to lunch and you'll leave your Bentley running with the keys in it outside while you go into a restaurant.
It's easier.
Like, can you imagine being the guy that stole a Bentley? Like, what? You're an idiot if you steal that car.
That's why I leave it, and nobody ever thinks that they can go steal a Bentley. but
And he's not joking. I know people are like, yeah, he really does that. He leaves it running with the keys in it.
I tell you what, I have to tell you a funny story just really quick. We'll wrap it up. Because there's another book that I was in. It's called Whale Hunt in the Desert. And it was my days in Vegas. And I remember fear of loss is the hope of gain. I just know the way people think. And I was there. I went to Vegas, gambled at the Hard Rock. And it was like a quick, the host wanted to show me. And I won like 50 grand. And there were brown chips and 5,000 of chips. So it was only 10 chips in my hand. And I waited in line. And I saw this girl ahead of me. And this is why people never risk for more than they have. And she was so excited she won $800. And she was in there in the line bragging about how she won $800. And I looked at her and I was going to give it to her. And I didn't show her what was in my hand. And I told her, you know what? I'll trade you what's in my hand for what's in your hand. And no matter how hard I tried to convince her for about 10 minutes, she wouldn't do it. And she left with the $800, not knowing she would have had $50,000 instead.
Oh, my God.
True story to that book, Whale Hunt in the Desert. But it's just people have that fear. They don't believe it or something. They don't think it'll be better. They'll hold on to their little lies or the little thing that they have, and they won't take the risk to see maybe there is something more. And I told her, I might have a lot more in my hand than yours, and she just wouldn't believe it. Just like people who don't believe that they could do something with their lives when it's really there. Just take that. The world is really generous. The world is full of trillions of zillions of dollars. You just have to just hold your hand out and grab it, some for yourself. It's just or anything you want.
Wow.
I just want to tell that story when you said that. It's just really
Look, Vicky says, you are a different breed. You definitely are. I mean, it's so true, but it's still very difficult. Like,
it's difficult. That's why you have to change your mindset. That's why I'm trying to get people. That's why I'm giving them this book so they could read it every day and change it so it becomes your dominant thought. And you can make your dominant thought different if you just repeat it and repeat and repeat and repeat until it just becomes. And then it's amazing. Then the negative stuff, you'll look back and say, how did I ever think that way before? Why, it is easy just to do whatever you want and get what you want. This is natural. This is the way it should be. But until you get there, it seems tough. But it's just learning how to drive. At first you look at it, it's so intimidating. You don't know how to drive and stuff. But once you learn how to drive, it's second nature. You don't think about it when you hop in the car and drive. This is the way life is also. Like my friend Keith Black, who's #1 neurosurgeon in the world, does 4 brain surgeries a day. And I'm sure the first surgery he did was scary as shit, but now he does 4 in a day. He bounces between surgeries all day long and everything, and it's just second nature to him now. It's the same thing with life or anything else. If you make it make success your second nature, and the thing you do, then you'll do it. Just make it happen every day. Just change your habits, change the way you think, change the way you do things. There's even a Seinfeld episode. You remember you ever watch Seinfeld? I'm sure you do, right?
Yes.
When George decided to do exactly the opposite of what he normally does, and then they end up with a girl and a job at the Yankees and everything. He just said, I'm just going to do the opposite of what I normally would do. It's almost like that. Just do the opposite of what you normally would do. Do things positively instead of with trepidation and worrying about what's going to happen.
So Pat Hazel might be watching. And he's a friend of mine. He was one of the original. Him and his writing partner were the first 2 writers with Seinfeld that Jerry Seinfeld hired. And Pat watched.
Love that show.
Yeah, oh God, it's an amazing show.
I saw every episode 20, 30 times. It's just I still watch episodes on. I don't know if where is it on Netflix or something. But it's great.
It's so good.
It's brilliant writing. The way they turn the stories, it's brilliant writing.
Yeah. Well, look, here's Jay Santiago says, Ramy, you've made my day. I was looking for some sign of inspiration today, and voila, Ken's live showed up. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. And Craig says that's the best episode. George Costanza. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny.
His life did change. He was a loser, and then all of a sudden he's working for the Yankees. Got the girl. And he just said, "I'm just going to do the opposite."
Just do the opposite. Try that, everybody. Try, do the opposite of what you do every day. Watch.
Yeah.
Your
If you don't feel like you're getting what you do, just whatever your instinct is, just do the other. Do exactly the opposite.
Tom Ginn just ordered 12 of your free books. It's
Right.
free, everybody. If you're just joining, one more time, then we're going to end this. One more time, I'm going to tell you, it's a free book. It's a $19 book that he is giving away for free. It's free. Go get it right now. Can you really think and grow rich.com? He's giving it away. I'm like, dude, he told me this before we went, obviously before we went live. Ramy and I talked, and I'm like, can you handle it though, man? I mean, there's going to be a bunch of orders. He's like, oh, we got 15,000. If I run out, I'll just order more. And I'm giving them away until Christmas. Look, Craig says, I'm bought. That's the George Costanza.
I look at it as it was not even an hour of time of fuel in my airplane. So even if I sold every copy.
I know. Ramy, so I was in LA at Craig's event, and Ramy's like, hey, I'm flying to New York on Monday. Why don't you stay over an extra day and you can ride on my jet with me? I'm like, dude, I got to get home though. And I had my alibis and then
we took it.
But wait a minute. But wait, I said, okay, I'll do it. Didn't I? I said, yes, I'll do it. And then you're like, well, you got to get a flight from New York back to Columbus. I'm like, dude, just drop me off in Columbus. You're like, it's more than 20 grand just to land that thing. Like, no, like get a flight from New York. I'm like, fine. And so I get on, I could not find a flight out of New York. There was no flights. And I'm like, I should have hitchhiked. I should have done it. But you know what?
Your instinct. You got to go do the opposite. You're saying no, and you should have said yes.
It was yes, but I couldn't get anyway.
Yeah, you make an excuse. You say even if you fall in that trap, you haven't gotten 100% of it yet. You're halfway there. You need to get the rest of the way.
I'm working on. Look, I just turned even redder. Listen, first off, I love you, Ramy. You're amazing. I'm honored to call you a friend and that you would even reach out and ask me to help you announce this. So we may jump on tomorrow evening and talk some more. Look, oh great. Now everybody's gonna give me crap. This is great. But listen, go steal a. I know where to steal. I know where I'll start. He might not even call the police on me. Oh, that's just Ken. Well, he'll come back.
You can have it. I'll be in Guyana. He'll come pick it up, and I won't even know while I'm gone.
Oh, it's so funny. All right, listen, everybody have a great night. I don't want to keep Ramy any longer. So he's giving you a free gift. Go over to canyourreallythinkandgrowrich.com and get your copies for free, multiple copies. But Craig does so far tonight holds the record. He bought 100 well, he didn't buy them. He took advantage of 100 copies from Ramy. So congratulations to Craig. Ramy, you're awesome. We will see.
The right thing. He's sharing with his mastermind, 100 people in his mastermind, which is what he
I know. It's freaking amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Look, there's Craig's wife. Hey, Ken, I hear your podcast echo in the house on a couple of computers. That's so awesome. So everybody go get this, get your free copies of the book. And Ramy, don't leave me, but I am going to end this. You guys have a great night. Have an unbelievable 2023.
Yeah,
Start it off right now by reading this book. Get a bunch of copies and give them away. We will see you all later. Ramy, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. Happy holidays, everybody.
All right. See you guys. Hey, happy Thanksgiving.